It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On 1st and 10, Love. And incomplete to open things up.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carried out for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working out of the gun, Love. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the return will stop right around the 25. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
No gain.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones over the middle to Smith. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Now Jones on the screen. This is Coleman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Single, slop. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Key 8. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! 31's the mic. Ricky. 19 tight. 31's the mic.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
31.
Throwing, Jones. Strong coverage by Carolina, and on we go to 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side. Because
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
He completes it to Westbrook. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and goal, Jones. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
31's the mic. Watch the slap. Watch the slap. 18 running. 31's the mic. Get him.
Now Jones gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Jerry Tillery in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
A 39-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Tight end rock, tight end rock. We got 3, fellas, we got 3. 25, check 25. Check 15, check 15.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1.
Seahawks 6, Panthers nothing.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Love. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Carolina. 44 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
A nice performance last week, recognized as NFC Player of the Week after going over 100 yards rushing. I just love the vision. I love the wiggle he has, but I also love the power when he ends his runs.
That's what impressed me. Yes, there was some elusiveness last week. A couple times he just ran over guys. They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
Carolina.
Jonathan Taylor with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers have tied this game up. They can take the lead with the extra point. He's got it, and they take the lead at 7-6.
Makes the score Panthers 7, Seahawks 6.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
16, Mike, 16. Switch up. Number 16's coming. Check Mike, check Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Jones throwing on 3rd and long. Forced out to his left. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
They'll get this out wide to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
To Tyler Boyd. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Love now on 2nd down. And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
Score Panthers 14, Seahawks 6. Graham Gano to kick off for Carolina.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Being chased out left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger point. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Back to Taylor on first down. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
On the Seahawks' 14-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And it's third down.
Off the play fake, Love. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much, maybe a yard, and that's all. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw from his end zone. Jones caught left side by Hilton. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 9.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. From the gun, Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Fielded just inside the 30. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again. Love. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Third and long for Love. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Taylor. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jordan Brooks gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tevin Coleman, 81 yards. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To pass, here's Jordan Love. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw. It turned into an interception.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Seahawks' 18-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Touchdown,
An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
28-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
A handoff as they run the counter play. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's a foot race. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks a 2-point conversion away from tying the game. One after here coming up.
The extra point.
And this is now a 1-point game. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. The The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score. But bottom line, they are still on top with the football. And a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. First down, Love to pass. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to, and the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Love from the gun. He'll air this one out for Boyd. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A gain of 32 that time. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And they'll try the option on first and goal. Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 12. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 18-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing on second down. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
31's the mic. Man, I got you. 31's the mic. Watch the car. Watch the... Switch gears.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Second and 11 now. Operating from the gun. Jones flushed out. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The give to Taylor. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Jones now throwing on 4th down. Dancing to his left. Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
By Carolina.
Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.